Right, so Mark Gurman spilled the beans on the iPhone Fold, confirming that yes, it is happening, but also confirming that it won't be releasing anytime soon. And so let's delve into the reports, but first make sure to like and subscribe for the latest Apple news and rumors. And with that being said, let's just tuck in. Right, so news about the iPhone Fold has been all over the place because we've had rumors about a 2022 release, which we now know is not very likely, but also we've heard about Apple scrapping the Fold design and going for an iPhone flip instead. Now that would have been very disappointing because the whole appeal for me with a foldable phone is the fact I get to use a larger display on the go, so yes, that is the big appeal for me, and I do want to see an iPhone Fold, and I'm very glad that Mark Gurman does say that yes, Apple is working on an iPhone Fold. Now, it's not all great news because, as I said, Mark Gurman does say that this iPhone Fold is still 2 to 3 years away, so there is a wait, and I'm dreading that because I want this iPhone Fold as soon as possible. Now, why is it going to take this long to get the iPhone Fold out? Well, I'm assuming that number one, Apple is still in the prototyping stage, like Mark Gurman mentions, and obviously since this is a completely new device for Apple, they're gonna take their time, but I think the main reason behind the delay has to be the fact Apple does not want to use a plastic display on the iPhone Fold. So we all know about the durability issues the original Galaxy Fold faced, and yes, I know that Samsung now uses a UTG display that's a combination of glass and plastic, but of course it's still very fragile to use, and you can actually dent the display with a fingernail, so yes, that could be a massive issue since consumers might accidentally do that, but Samsung can control the situation because they don't sell a ton of foldables, they sell under 1 million of them every year, and so of course the affected number of users isn't that large, and Samsung can control the situation. But of course, when Apple releases a new iPhone Fold, they're going to be selling quite a lot, and so 15 to 20 million iPhone Folds out there in the wild with these fragile plastic displays is going to be a PR nightmare for Apple, because imagine number one, the publicity and the negative PR they're going to get with the iPhone Fold and the terrible plastic display, but also of course recalling these products and fixing these issues is gonna be a massive hassle, and I'm sure that after the butterfly keyboard situation, I don't think Apple wants to face another major hardware flaw with their products, and so yes, I do think Apple's waiting till they can get glass displays on the iPhone Fold. And while Corning is currently working on flexible glass, and so I can see that being ready within the next 2 to 3 years. Now, as to why I'm excited about an iPhone Fold instead of buying an existing option like the Galaxy Fold, well, it comes down to software, because I think Apple's the only one that can nail the foldable form factor, and yes, I know I sound like an Apple sheep, but I do have my reasoning, and that comes down to the tablet experience with these foldables. So we all know that Android gave up on tablets years ago, and so Samsung with the Galaxy Fold is pretty much using a blown up version of a mobile operating system, and so that means it's not very optimized for the larger display. But of course, Apple won't have this issue because they can just put iPadOS on the bigger screen and call it a day, because that would be so much better than the Android experience on the Galaxy Fold, and it would actually be optimized for the larger display. In fact, I believe we've heard about the iPhone Fold being 8.3 inches, and that's going to be the size of the new iPad mini 6, and so essentially the iPhone Fold should be an iPad mini that you can put in your pocket, and the experience should be near identical to the iPad, and that's really what's got me on board. As for the price, by the way, we've heard it might be $1,500, which actually is pretty decent value, but do note, since the iPhone Fold is a prototype, I doubt we're going to know anything about the price anytime soon, so it's fair to say this information is completely bogus. So yes, on the whole, I am hyped for the iPhone Fold, but let me know in the comments below, would you buy an iPhone Fold yourself? Anyways, thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for the latest Apple news and rumors. Check out the video in the icon above on details regarding the iPhone 13. And on that note, I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya, peeps.